here now, in this time, in this place, the most relevant and necessary time and place. As you land, feel, begin to understand where you are and what's happening around you.
I'm feeling like the color emerald, a really beautiful, vibrant emerald green. And there are some beings here. This is a very healing space. It brought me here. It's like sparkling and beautiful and clear, like the most stunning, beautiful emerald stone. And it's like a purification before we begin the session. Like they just wanted to bring me here. I did come through like a rainbow to get here, and the green was the color that drew me in. And so here it's just a beautiful, like a vibrant, beautiful green, like the luscious green forest or new green grass. Like it's all very beautiful, and there are beings here with me, and so I'm just greeting, saying hello to them, and they say like, this has been anticipated and prepared for. So yeah, they're happy to help us to answer any questions that we have.
Mm,
They're
okay.
actually, before the beginning, they're passing something like around my body, like it's like a, just to sort of they're creating shifts in my, where it's my spirit body, but there's like some residue there that they're wanting to clear up any residue of anything.
Also, like some
Just like a
healing.
shower. Yeah. It's like a shower of light or something. It's just, but they're passing this thing around. So, and I do feel lighter. So I'm ready and I'm eager to. Okay, we're on the move a little bit. So we're moving from this area,
Okay. What do
and
you
they're take
see? What are you
and
seeing
take.
when you're
Well, they're. I'm just with these beings who they're light. They're mostly light. They do have like a humanoid shape, like the ones I've met here before. They feel familiar in that way. I feel like I've met them before. I feel like we're getting kind of comfortable with each other, and they're showing me, or taking me rather, to it's like more of a, like a hub, I guess. It's a place where there's more people. It's more suitable for this. I'm being told it's more suitable because it's more of like a sacred shrine for this kind of communication. And
mm,
so there are crystals around, as I have seen before, and they are charged with they're very heightened protective qualities and expanding qualities that they have. So here we're tapping into the power of the crystals, and just to really to help with the transmission, so that I'm able to receive and transmit very clearly. And they're helping me just to be at peace with all of that. Like everything is good. I'm feeling very relaxed. I'm feeling a little bit like as if I had, and I think they're showing me this, like if I was to have like a laughing gas or something at a dentist, or anywhere, when you just kind of feel like, oh, I'm feeling relaxed now and nothing, they're kind of showing me that this is just it's a temporary shift from my normal reality. but that's okay, and it'll go back to how it was before, and they'll make sure that was all done, and you will make sure that was all done before I come back to my normal waking reality. But they just want to ensure that, you know, I'm as open and receptive as possible and feeling just completely protected and secure at the same time, and I do feel good.
And can we
So
make
I'm
like,
like,
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
you know, I was just trying to, so I am feeling like I'm like in a reclining, almost reclining position there too, and I'm sitting with others who are, it's like some are standing and some are sitting, but it's just like I'm the focal point here in this setting.
Would they tell us like where they originate from, or like what they're like?
Okay, so I'm there, they can hear what you were saying also.
Okay,
So I feel like I'm just going to hand over the reins to them,
okay.
and they want us to know that we are speaking with the High Council, and there are representatives. It's a multi-galactic. It's like the galactic High Council, but they're also saying that it's not like a hierarchy. It is more of an explanation of who they are. They are leaders from their own worlds, and they do all come here. It's not as like formal and stilted as something on Earth might be. It's still a very joining in highest vibration. It's light feeling. It's not serious and stressful feeling. It's kind of like a party atmosphere. It's like you know, it's they're telling me there will be more of a celebration to come. So they're you know, this is important whenever a conversation like this is happening, a transmission like this, that we're allowing this, they do want to keep it feeling important. That's more for us, so that we're receiving this as important information. Because it's all important information, and they do have so much to share, but they do represent a collective. So they're not wanting to, they're not from a one specific place. They're from all over.
Oh, okay.
They're from all over. Yeah. So, but they come together as a council, like as a collective galactic, uh, just to share, because they can share their different dimensions, they're different galaxies. They're from, the call goes out when there is an event such as this, and the call goes out, and they know ahead of time what is going to be needed, and the experts, those who are expert in these areas, volunteer to come forward, because it's all like the snap of a finger. It's theirs, and so they're here to help. They're here to pass on this information. They're honored to do so. We're honoring them, and they are honoring us with this information, that whatever comes
Can they
through. And they're sending love. They're mostly sending love right now, and they're open to what you would like to know.
can they talk to us about maybe something relating, maybe I'll word it in this way, like more about like living in the fifth dimension of love, peace, and harmony, something in that um realm,
They're
or
so excited for that, and they're just showing us, they're saying this is such a wonderful thing that this is happening, and they're delighted and excited for us to live in the world. They're saying it's been so hard for so long, and these old behaviors have been so ingrained that still people are hesitant to let go. They're afraid to let go of what they know. They don't know how things are going to be in a 5D. So they're like so excited for a chance to share, and they're recognizing that other teachers are sharing as well, and they want us to know that they are right on point, that the 5D that has been described to us is exactly, they're like, you can't imagine, we cannot imagine we're starting to be able to. And the more we can expand our minds and explore the possibilities, this is really hastening the whole. And they're saying like jumping timelines is a matter of how of the raising, like the consciousness is raising, the planet is raising, everything is raising consciousness. But the more that we can bring this to the people, to our own selves, and to do the practices of creating this beautiful heaven on earth, the more it's coming faster and faster, and just to relax and trust, and not to be afraid, because there's really no fear. There's nothing at all to fear. It's going to be the most beautiful thing we can envision, with the peace and the harmony and that's pure tranquility and pure health and happiness. And it's beyond the scope of what we can grasp right now, but we're getting better at it. And so they just say, in your imagination, to visualize the very best you can imagine, and then ask this or something better, which they love that phrase, that allows them to even to enhance. And they're saying to do this like at bedtime, as you're going to sleep, to visualize, and even in the morning before you start your day, as you're ready to start your day, just to visualize not only the best for your life, but to spend a few moments and pretend, pre-intend that we are waking our eyes up and it is the 5D. And so now, how is our life unfolding? Do we have to still go and get our car fixed? Or is there going to be a perfectly running car ready there at a moment's notice? Do we have to go to a job? Or is that job now unnecessary? And so now we can spend the day in the garden or spend the day helping somebody else. So it's like it's a shifting of our expectations, and the more we can really, the more realism we can bring to these visualizations, and the more we can project ourselves, which is actually what we're doing when we're doing this. We're projecting ourselves into the 5D. So it is very much an act as if in the meantime. So we are helping with the creation of all these things. And this is how new ideas are coming through. So if you're visualizing and you're saying, yes, but there are people living in tents in this park. So they were like, okay, so if you're in the 5D, that's not the case. So how would it look to you? So in that way, we are bridging. We're 3D, we're 4D, we're in and out of the 5D. We're trying, as a collective, those of us in the spiritual path are trying to spend more and more of our time in the 5D, because then we'll feel like we have made it. This is like part of our journey. It is indeed part of our journey, but the striving for it or the struggling for it is going to slow us down. That's a paradox. So it's not a matter of, oh, I gotta meditate harder, I gotta do this more, and I gotta do this harder, because as we're creating that gap, then we're not allowing it to be easy. So in the 5D, everything is easy. Not to say there will still be, not like everything is automatically given, although in a sense it is. There are still goals you may want to achieve, but there won't be the stress around them that there is now when we create stress. So when we're focusing on the 5D, or are we personally going to make it before, while we're on this planet, these kinds of questions, all these things they're really just slowing things down. So really it's just to open our hearts and know and trust, and know and trust, and allow ourselves just to speculate on these things. How wonderful will it be? And there will be new colors introduced. What will they look like? Let us speculate on that. Let us visualize. There will be new musical notes we've never heard before. What might that sound like? What effect will that have on my body? Will that instantly cure something that needs curing or healing in my body? If so, where would I go to? Would there be a place? What will a healing, if hospitals are no more and there are now healing places where one would go, where they are using new energy technology, what do those things look like? So as we're speculating, we're inviting in new information. We're inviting in these downloads, and they will continue to come. And in some cases, some of those who will be hearing these and will start to ponder on that one thing and be like, and then they will be more receptive to more downloads that will be coming specifically for them, because their soul journey and their soul contracts with humanity has involved that they will originate this concept that will alleviate this particular problem. And this is how these things are happening. So the more and more you can spend that beautiful time, it's like we're inviting you to come into your heart. Think of your heart as your 5D. When you come into your heart, you're coming into the 5D. So feeling the love and feeling the calm and feeling the peace and letting it emanate out from you. Just feeling all of that. Living in a land where the insects are happy, where the water is clear and bubbling, and you can communicate with the energy of the water. You can communicate with the elementals. You can talk to the fairies and you will hear them talking back. All of these things are all possible. So let this integrate this as like a playtime that you can go into in your mind's eye and just enjoy and know that this is not a thing you are making up. This is a part of the blueprint creation. So not that you were limited to that. You're not just going to be experiencing what you're creating in your mind's eye now. What you were going to ultimately experience is far beyond anything that your human mind can conceive of at this point in time. But you are still bridging. You're bridging your beliefs, which is very important. Your beliefs, thoughts you keep repeating. You've been repeating them a long time, and now you think they are fact, and they aren't. It's like what you watch on TV. You think this must be true. It's not. So come back into your heart. Ask those questions. Ask these questions of your heart. When you do, you're tapping into us as well. You feel that. We know you do. We know you do. You feel it right now as you're tapping into your heart. You can feel all this love and this presence. And we're all right here, supporting, loving, enjoying, celebrating so much. And it's so exciting and we're so happy. It's like we're all planning this big galactic party. And we all just can't wait to come. So different people are doing different things. Some are making the snacks, some are doing the decorations, some are, finding the proper facility where we're all going to have this. So there's still like little areas where individuals will have their own responsibilities to bring all these things to being, to bring it all to fruition.
Can you tell us more about like the process of this, or is there anything that you can tell us regarding this transition, this ascension, this what so many want to know?
Can you be more specific? And what exactly would you
Uh,
like us to, the physical
yeah,
aspects?
yeah, 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 if you could.
Because we were tuned in to this meeting, as we do. We check in and we sit back and wait while there's a discussion going on. And so we know that you wanted to know a little about the physical ascension. And yes, this will be changing dramatically. For one thing, like if you are feeling what has been termed ascension symptoms, there are upgrades going on. As you start working toward and visualizing all that is coming for you, and you are doing more things like grounding your energy down, becoming one with Mother Gaia, and having the benefits from that, you are clearing things up in your physical body. As you were doing things like that, and as you are getting away more from pharmaceuticals, unless they are absolutely necessary, getting away from things like alcohol and drugs for entertainment, those things will be less and less necessary, because as you're feeling into yourself more and you're letting go of some of these heavy responsibilities, you're naturally lightening up. Your body is, that's what's happening. You want to be able to hold more light in these bodies. So it's releasing whatever the density. And sometimes that will result in a, you could call it an upgrade, you could call it your body is needing to clean something out. So it's making you aware of something that you, I guess you might call an illness, or you might call a condition, is coming to your awareness, so you can bring the light to that and release it and become even lighter and lighter and lighter. This too, there will be relationships. This is inevitable, but at the same time, there is going to be an increased love and acceptance, where now there is still an intolerance of those who think differently. So even relationships that had fallen apart because of this intolerance, now there is going to be more of an acceptance, and it's not just you, it's everybody, it's everything is raising. So this is the importance of what you're doing when you come together like this and you bring forth this information in this sort of transmission. And this is why the importance of sitting and visualizing individually and collectively this beautiful planet and the healthy animals and healthy people, because you are raising everything. So this, your work is going to get easier and easier and easier. It has felt for light workers for so long, like the weight of the world, like you are like your own Atlas. You're each like walking around like you are Atlas, shouldering the weight of the world. And we can see that, yes, this has been, it's been a very prevalent feeling, because you have been, your vibration has been higher than the majority. And so this has brought challenges and struggles to you on an individual human level. But now there's an evening out that you're experiencing as the animals, as the people, as your beautiful Gaia planet herself is raising the vibration. And then you are able to receive more help from us. It's going to get easier and easier. And it won't feel like such a struggle. There aren't as many as even a few years ago who were saying they felt so alone, that like they just felt alone. Who do they talk to? Who do they connect with? They're losing friends, they're losing family members. This was even exacerbated with the COVID, where even more so this was happening, not just for spiritual reasons, but there was that great divide. But that is being healed now as people are evolving and recognizing the differences aren't important. What is important is the coming together. So this is happening. So even if you're experiencing symptoms that you do not like, you can make that easier too. This is resistance. This is a good piece of this is resistance to the unknown. So when you're feeling like, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling a lack of energy, lack of enthusiasm, all these things are resistance, because you're parts of you that are still holding on to what is, because they don't know what is coming. So if you can take yourself then into a meditation, come into your heart and see it see it the way you want to see it. Whatever it is that would be heaven on earth for you as an individual, focus on that. Others are doing the same from a personal perspective, and yet all will be under the umbrella of the collective, what is good for the best and highest good of all. So fear not that you will conjure up something that is going to be great for you but not great for your neighbor, because that's not going to happen. Those days are gone. Now there is this beautiful truth that is permeating all of you, and it is going to grow and get stronger and stronger. This is happening. It's happening now. It's gaining momentum. It's happening. There's no stopping it. So we invite you to explore this beautiful, beautiful, fertile imagination of yours, and what would be the best for you. And then you will notice these other symptoms as your body begins to understand, as all the cells in your body begin to grasp this. They understand that there is a plan, that all is well, that they are not being left behind. Your ego is still helping you. It is simply being personality. Your ego is shifting, but you're not trying to cut it out and leave it behind. And the cells in your body may shift, but you still want that close, loving relationship with this beautiful body, this beautiful vessel that has brought you so far. And there's a grand adventure awaiting you, and that all is well. So focus on that. Focus on the praise, the love, as always. Anytime any part of you is seeming to be out of order, bring it more love, more love, more light. Do your grounding, do your meditation, do your yoga, things that speak to you that will help harmonize you, and that will all be well. All is well. This is a wonderful, beautiful thing. Do you feel the excitement? We are completely abuzz, and we feel that that the air that you breathe is charged with this heightened expectation now, with this knowing what's coming. Something is coming. It's wonderful. It's like the best party ever is coming, but it's going to be the party that doesn't end.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I think that's very much how it's been feeling. Do you have any like closing things you would like to say to anyone listening, or to even us, to close this out?
Beyond what we have already stated, yes, simply to just stay focused in the heart, to make that your priority, to not let yourself get pulled into dramas of any kind, any kind of drama. Take yourself out of it as soon as you can. Release it with love, send love, keeping this awareness. Now, some of you may choose to empower crystals to help you do this. You may choose to start the day with mantras, with affirmations. Make it your priority, because realize that anytime you are pulled away from this, that you were already in the 5D when you were doing those things. So anything that pulls you out of that, even just something in traffic or seeing a situation and your heart breaks for the people in that situation, and you're thinking, well, how can, why all this suffering? We're supposed to be going into the 5D. We're supposed to be all happy and loving now, and yet I see so much hatred around me, and so many people are being hurt and harmed. And recognize that some things are still playing out. Nothing has gone wrong. There are things that are smoothing out, be it karma, be it the awakening that is going to come from these situations. Know that every soul who came to this planet came with an intention, many of them with the intention to help bring these things to the foreground, to bring them the healing and the light to them. Nothing has gone wrong. So the only thing that can go wrong here is if you give your energy to that. So say you're all visualizing happily in your heart, and then you hear something and you move out of that space, out of the 5D into the 3, which is defined by lack and pain and sorrow and suffering. Even if you think you're being empathetic, you are being compassionate because you're feeling for another, that's not going to cut it anymore. It's true, but it is not a reason. It is not a good enough reason, because it is as if you were holding that situation alive longer. Now that should get your attention. Listen to that again. Hear that. When you're giving your awareness and your attention to that which is a harmful nature, a painful situation, you're empowering it, you're holding those people in that situation there longer. Is that what you want to be doing? You don't want someone to be suffering longer. So you bring yourself back and you say, I do not know how that's going to be playing out for them. I have no way of knowing how this is in their very best and highest good, but I'm coming back to a place of trust where I know that it is in their best and highest good. And I send them so much love for being so brave as to bring this to the foreground. And I know that my work is to send them love and to come back to my heart and to think, how will this be different when we are all in the 5D? I would not worry about how many people are coming with you, how many are not. Those who are ready will. Those who are not, it doesn't matter. If they are not ready to come, ultimately everyone will. So it doesn't matter. Maybe they want to take the scenic tour. Maybe there's a few stops they want to make. Maybe there's a few karmic issues they want to clear up. Eventually, everyone will meet you in the 5D. So there is nothing to fear. There's nothing to worry about. Nothing. Nothing. Everything is working out. It already is. It's worked out. Go back to that place where you know and have faith and trust it already has. And you already are in the 5D. And your whole planet is in the 5D. And hold yourself there. Because you don't know the miracles that are going to transpire. Just rest assured. It is done. It is done. It is done. And blessings abound.
Thank you.
We
Thank
are
you.
blessed.
Yeah, yeah. This was a great I know it was quick. I know but it was a great information. I thank you once again, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Namaste.
Yes.